Oh, hi, friends. So I gotta sit up a little straighter. This framing. Hi, it's me, Scott. What the whoa, whoa! Oh my gosh, Blobz here already. Blobz, you have a star next year. 1 month. Okay, wait. I think I know how. How do we do this? I push a button. Viewer rewards. Community roles manager. Add a role. Blobz. This is annoying. How do you do this? Hi, hello. Hi there. Wait, I don't know. Gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. Right. Blobz is Blobz 6502. Obviously. The NES was not exactly a 6502, right? It was something close, or it was like a proprietary version of the 6502 or something like that. Skojo, how's it going? I can't remember what the chip was that was in an NES, but it was in an Atari. Wait a second. You're saying the NES had an Atari 800? What are you talking about? Like, for a while, every computer was a 6502, right? Wasn't that just like, the chip was just ubiquitous? I mean, the Atari 800 had a 6502, but didn't the NES have something very close to one? How do I'm just trying to do some rolls here. Blobz, there's Blobz. Wait, what does artist mean? Is it a new role? Can I create new roles? Anyway, I'm making Blobz VIP. Gojo solves VIP. Yo, VIP, let's kick it. Let's go over here. Wait, did I do something wrong? I screwed up. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let's go over here and look at this puzzle. Speaking of Blobz, look at that wallpaper. This place looks familiar. That's so pretty. The water's weirdly milky. Oh yeah. Just curious. There's a little slight diversion here. These are variants of the 6502. From Rico. What happened to Rico? Oh, that's interesting. 2 different clock speeds for the different territories. Makes sense. Gosh, I kind of forgot about Rico. Is Rico just gone? Does Rico still exist? Rico used to be like a relatively, especially in like early, associated with like early digital cameras and yeah, like imaging kind of. It's just a brand name it's a brand name I used to see pretty frequently. 159. Some indexing. Look at this. And it's not partial indexing, which was a dangerous thing. Got full on indexing. 159 arrows. I'm ready. Let's do it. Were there any? There's not any tricky rules, right? It's just what we think it is. 159. So it's indexing. It's not a mixture of index rows and columns, which was blowing my entire brain last time. That means my tea is finished steeping. So I can drink this tea. I don't know if this tea is going to be good, honestly. It smells a little suspect. I haven't tried this particular kind. Some kind of peachy something. It smells very cinnamony. I'm going to pour a little water in it to cool it down a little bit. This is probably some kind of tea sacrilege. Okay, so 159 only in the columns. We're not going to be tricked. And then arrows are just good old-fashioned arrows. These are pretty short arrows. This arrow and this arrow look fascinating to me. in terms of indexing, right? Because we already know something. My favorite thing about, okay, wait, I've broken my favorite toy's broken. Sorry. I get a little ahead of myself. I got too excited. Let's do this. What arrow? Is there a cool arrow? Look at that Pac-Man. Oh, look at that glow. Ooh, look at this. Should we do this? Is it too much? Some might say it's too much. I know it's a really. You'd think I would have this figured out. Like, it's such a tradition to pick new wallpaper, but picking the this is going to be too much, isn't it? Is this going to blow our minds? I kind of want to do it though. Is this kind of? Is that too much? That's what's funny about when I do stuff like this is the file size is insane, especially if it's like particles or fast moving things like that. Blobz, this is too much. It's a little much. Okay. Like when I have crazy backgrounds, the file sizes are ludicrous. Okay, I'll try to find some arrows that are a little less outrageous. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, pinball. No, it's look at that. Gross. Apparently there's. Oh, that's really good water. I had to do water shader a few weeks ago. Didn't look that good. It wasn't water. It was a different. I had to do a gem a few weeks ago. My gem did not have refraction. How about these arrows? These are gentle. Are these arrows too much? Or these arrows? Oh, those are cool. That almost looks like Sudoku. You're gonna tell me it's too much, I know. Oh, this is really pretty though. I saw that was a variation of one. I wish it had just linked to the thing it was a variation of. Ooh, I like that TV. Interactive arrows, but that's not going to work for us. I know I'm getting caught up with nonsense. This is important. It's part of my solving experience. That's kind of pretty. That's also pretty. There's just a single arrow just flying around. I have such a fondness for cool shaders. Am I having problems here? I'm not breaking the stream. Uh-oh. What? Uh-oh. I broke. I think I broke it. Refresh. Interact. Okay, let's try to just like shader of the week, huh? Can I just get some like? These are hot shaders. A hot girl. Hot girl shader. Inappropriate. Something gentle. We may just not get thematically appropriate to it. Wow, look at these fractal trees. Wow. Okay, I feel bad for taking so long, but I don't feel that bad. Yeah, we got a naked single. This is a shock. Hey, you didn't get in trouble. Naked singles is okay. This is luscious peach. Peach doesn't seem to animate. I do like these Ray Marched tubes. They're really nice. How come all the cool ones are like too much? I should have picked the arrows and just slowed them down or something. Those beautiful constellations. Let's just pick some nice stars in outer space or something. No Man's Star. That's nice. How about just like a good old-fashioned star field? Is that okay? Some nice stars. Is that okay? Can live with that. Okay, so I'm gonna restart the timer. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to restart and not keep the timer. So, I'm very interested in this and this. What's with the music? I don't know. Wait, does the music sound weird, or is it just this song? That song was called Sultry Forest. This one's called Light Wire. Let's try this song instead. Hopefully the audio is not messed up. Okay, so what's interesting about this? The thing that's interesting about this is normally in the world, we would look at this and we'd say like, okay, you know, that's 1, 2, 3, so this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. But we have our weird entropy rules to think about, right? So one of these digits is 7, 8, 9, and doesn't it have to be there? Like we need a high digit, a high-ish digit, a middle-ish digit, a low-ish digit. Doesn't that mean the high-ish digit has to live there? And then this is like a low, middle-y situation. I feel like that's true. I feel like that's true down here as well, right? Where we have to, somebody's low here, somebody's high. Now it's not, I gotta get it out of my head because I was doing like entropic line puzzles earlier, and I gotta not trick myself into thinking that this is a pattern I need to pay attention to. But I think it is fair to say that this is a 7, 8, or a 9, right? Because if it's not, then what are we doing here? And that means this is 7, 8, or 9. So that means we've got to put a 9 here and a 1 here, right? And that was fun. And then this is some kind of like if that could be 7, 8, or 9. So that puts the 1 there. These friends, just thinking a little bit here. What do we want to look at? Like normally, the first thing I would do is be looking, you know, like this, looking for 6, 7, 8, 9. I see tomatoes flying. Did I not think hard enough about did I not think hard enough about something? Well, the middle digit I should probably think pretty hard about, right? Because there's only one. Well, let me think about that for a second. Well, that's not true, because I could have a 6 with a 1, 2 and get a 9, right? But I need to think about that in relation to this. See, now I'm wondering if I made a mistake or if I just am being inattentive or not like following the thread all the way through. So I know this is One of these is middly and one of these is low. So that means this is going to be, if I have a middly, I can't have a second middly, right? There's not a way for me to have a second middly. So this is low, right? Because my middly digit, whether it's 4, 5, or 6, I'm not going to have, there's not another high digit on here. There's never a high digit on here. So there's definitely a middly digit here. So this one's definitely low. And that means this is definitely low. So this is, so 1 is in here somewhere. Yeah, 1 is in here somewhere. Wait, did I do this wrong? I'm sorry. I did do this wrong. 9 is here. The high digit is here. Good grief. The low digit is here. That's the one, right? I just had it backwards. Grandbone, how's it going? Did you get your car? Okay, sorry. I just was not thinking properly. I'm saying the high digit is here, so it's indexing a high digit, indexing a high digit, indexing a low digit, indexing a low digit, right? Car on Friday? Cool cars. What are you going to do with your old car? Crash it? Smash it? Middly digits in here. There's another low digit here. I see the tomatoes out of the corner of my eye. The fury of those tomatoes. Wait, why did I do that? All my pencil marks are wrong. I'm falling apart here. Sorry. Good grief. Maybe I shouldn't do this after work. I feel like I'm like extra bad. Okay. We're saying there's a high digit up here. It's a 9. We're indexing a high digit, right? Just, okay. Oh no, are you gonna have to walk to the car dealer? Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just actually focus here. This is a high digit. 9 is in the high digit. 9 is in the low digit land. 9 is down here on this line, right? Okay, I'm sorry. 1 is in low digit land. 1 is in high digit land. Good, great. Very inattentive. Did I just put a 9 on here? Is that true? Walk a 30. Get your bicycle. Okay. I apologize. Blobz, I'm off to a terrible start in your puzzle. I apologize. Just too distracted. You don't have a bicycle? Why don't you have a bicycle? Is that not a thing? I have a bicycle. I have a beautiful bicycle. Gorgeous bicycle. Okay. I need to just start putting digits in here so I'm not confusing myself, because I'm just confusing myself. Bikes are bad? What are you talking about? Why would you say that? How dare you? Does that just mean this is a 9? Okay, Blobz. Okay, this is my style. It's kind of you to call it a style. Why are you so anti-bike? Bikes are awesome. Okay. Let's try this again. So, is it real? Am I really saying this? Let me just, okay. We're saying this is the high digit of our little entropic trio. There's a middle digit here. We need another low digit. This is the low digit, which is 1, 2, or 3, putting the 9 over here. The 9 is not on this arrow. So this is a 9. So that is a 1. That's going to knock the 1 off of this line, which is a little bit interesting. No, it's very interesting. Is that true? We said the same thing over here. that this has to be the high digit. So 9 is going to be, sorry, 1 is going to be in one of these cells, right? 1 is here somewhere, but we just ruled 1 out of here, which means there's not a 1 on this line. So this line has to be 2, 3, 4, right? And this has to be a 9. Knocking the 9 out of there. Okay, Skojo's with me. Okay, sorry for the rocky start. I apologize. I love that. That was a lovely little kind of like Pong match. Maybe this should have been I should have picked one of the Pong backgrounds. Okay, that means that we have to have a middly digit here, right? So one of these has to be the 4. So there's not a 4 in here. Is that true? One of these is middly. This is a high digit. Well, obviously it's a high digit. It is a 7 because it's right there in front of my entire face. That's ruling the 7 out of there. Is that true? Yeah, rule the 7 out of there, which we already did. So with a 1, that could be a billion different things. We do know the 4's down here, though. We know the 7's down here. Oh, well, this can't be a billion different things. It is a low and a high. Sorry, a low and a medium. There's going to be a high digit in here that's an 8 or a 9. Middliness will be split across there, but the 4 is already spoken for. Okay. What else did we just learn? We learned that 9 is in 4, and one of these is a 9, I think is what we learned. An 8, 7 or 8 in 3 digits have to have a 1, right? Only 9 is able to avoid that with 2, 3, 4. So 7 or 8. So there's definitely a 1 on here. And then if it's a there's no 6 here, right? I don't know if that really matters that much. And 6 lives. 6 lives in another castle. It's going to be 2 digits summoning to 9, which is any digit on Earth. 5 is getting a little interesting. Yeah. 5's not down here. 5 could be, because wherever we put the 5, it's going to be like a cyclical reference, right? Like if we put a 5 here, that's a 9. So neither of these can be 5 because we can't have a 9 on an arrow. Is that true? Am I saying that correctly? I think I'm saying that correctly. If I put a 5 here, that means I'm saying that column 5 has the 9, and that's not okay. So I think I'm saying the 5 is in here and the 6 is in here. And if there's a 6, this has to be a 9. Right? And that means that the 9 is the 9. It's referencing itself. And then I need a 2 to go with the 1 to make 9, which is going to knock the 2 out of, knock the 2 out of here and make this a 2 and make this a 3, 4 pair, which means one of these is a 9. One of these is a 9, and it's not this because 9 can't go on that arrow. So that's the 9. I don't see arrows flying, so hopefully I haven't made a terrible mistake yet. So that seems like a 9. So that means the 9 is the 4 here, and the 9 is the 3 here. So really, this column's really coming on. We got a 3 in the corner. Don't tell Owen Chris. And we are missing a 5, 8 pair here. And one of these is a 9, which seems okay. And one of these is a 9, which seems okay. So 9 is up here. One of these is a 9. One of these is a 9, right? Because it's 2 or 6, 5 or 8. Is there. Okay, well, column 9 is looking great. With the one down here, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And I've told myself that the one is down there because of this. This is the reason for that. So 5. This is annoying. I was hoping that 5 would be a little more constrained, but oh well. Okay, didn't we... So all those things we learned over here, did we learn anything over here? We did learn there's not a 6 in here. Because that's just 7 or 8. That still leaves some places. That other high digit, well, it could still go here because that could still be a 9. What do we want to think about? Think about how this can't be 1, 5, or 8, but that's not outrageously exciting. These are kind of interesting. Well, we have the high and the low for this one, right? Oops. So this is middly. So this one needs to go in 4, 5, or 6. So there's a 1 in 4, 5, or 6. Here, the 1 needs to be low or middly, which seems plausible kind of either way, I think. So you're low, you're high, you're not a 1. What else? Put the 2 and the 6, put the 5 and the 8. Isn't anything preventing those? No more like 9s on an arrow. Or is there an issue with like 1s ending up in a bulb? Not bulb, a circle. Not really. 1 is a little constrained in these 2 rows, but not outrageously so. I see the tomatoes flying. The tomatoes are flying in such a way that it's almost as if the tomatoes are asking, why do I keep ignoring the middle column? Okay, I just want to think about this for 1 second, and then I will stop ignoring the middle column. Because this could be, yeah, this is whatever. This is not useful. 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So any low or middle digit, basically. So not very useful. Okay, probably we should think about this. I guess the most interesting thing about this is that one of these is not high, which is kind of interesting, but couldn't it be anything? Couldn't it be like a low and a middle? Hi guys, how's it going? I'm doing a bad job at this puzzle. Okay, sorry. Focus. I think that. How are your endeavors with Git and GTA. Okay, so thinking again about like our little entropic party. One of these is low, one is middly, and one is high. It's a little difficult, but I don't think impossible. It is impossible. Interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Normally, if you just glanced at this, you'd be like, well, this arrow sucks because it could be 1 + 2 = 3, but it actually can't. Because one of these is low, medium, and high. So actually the lowest this could possibly be is a 5. Because you'd need, even if you had the lowest low digit, which is 1, and the lowest middly digit, which is 4, this could still only be a 5. So both of these have a minimum of 5, which is kind of cool. It does mean that this is low. Let me just make sure that I really believe what I'm saying. This is not 1 and 2 because that would be a problem. It's got to be a low digit and a middly digit. So it's 1 and 4, so it's a minimum of 5. That's a minimum of 5. This is definitely low. And if that's definitely low, that's not 9. So that means this is 9. It means this is 9, which untangles this and gives us the 8 here and the 5 here. Nice. You're a pro. Look, you did it. I mean, that's fine too. To have 2 repos. You can do it with branches. Whatever works for you, I think you should do. I do like that thing with Cloudflare is cool, where it will just like deploy different branches as different instances, basically. But I've never set that up like from scratch myself. So, okay, what did we just do? We just placed a 9 here and a 9 here, which is very exciting. This is a tremendously exciting thing that just happened. We said that this was definitively a low digit. And we've said that means that this is unquestionably a high digit, which means this is a middly digit. Which is kind of interesting. Here, 1, 2, 3, by the way. These are my standard colors for low, medium, high. Yeah, I think it's totally fine. You can always, it definitely doesn't hurt. Unless you're like paying by the repo. Kind of forgot what I was doing. Okay, we got, this is low-ish. Okay, the fact that this is low-ish means there's definitely not a high digit on here. So this is our high digit here, and it's not a 9. So this is a 7 or an 8. So this is like low plus middly equals, low plus middly equals middly is a bit constrained, right? Right, well, this can't be a 4. We've already said that. We said the minimum here is a 5. So this is a 5 or a 6. So there's a 5 or a 4 here for the middly digit. And if it's a 4, it's a 1 or a 2 to make 5 or 6, and it's 5, it's just 1 to make it 6. So that's just 1, 2, 4, 5. If this was 5, it would just be 5. If it was 6, it would put the 5 here. But I think that's okay. Because we know there's a 5 over here. We know there's a 5 over here. So 5 up here is fair game, right? Okay, we got that 9, this 9. What do we think about this 9? Do we think anything about it? Do we think it has a high digit on it? It could. It have a 7 with a 2 or an 8 with a 1. So that would only be high if it was with a low. Could never be a high and a medium. So there's definitely a low here, right? Is that what we're saying? One of these is definitely low. Is that a true statement that I just made to you? This is a 7 or an 8. It's got to go with a 1 or 2. If it's medium, it's got to go, can't go with another medium. And the lowest medium and lowest high would sum to 11. So there's definitely a low digit in here. So there's no low digit down here. So that means the 5 is either up here or down here. We're a little low on spaces for the 5 in here, actually. So it's 5 there, 5 down here. 5 is up here is already taken care of. I'm going to color some things just so I feel good about myself. Not that this puzzle requires coloring, I just want to color it. And I shouldn't do it outside of the columns because that it becomes irrelevant outside of the columns. So we've got a low middle-y pair there. We've got low paired with something here, and we've got high middle-y left over here. So what's the high digit up here doing? I don't know. Stuff, just hanging out. It's still possible for the high digit to be here if this is 9. What do we think? That means we're placing a 5 over here, right? This just has so many opportunities for high 5s, though. And here we're saying we've got 5s in this zone and 5s in this zone. This is still, we don't know yet. And what's going on with this? The problem is it's just too easy to make a 9 in 2 digits. We don't have a... well, that's kind of interesting, actually. Hang on. Let me think about that for a second. It does mean that there's no 8s. Because we don't have the 1 here. There's no 8 here or no 8 here. So one of these is an 8. And there's an 8 here, so there's an 8 down here. I don't know if that's cool. But it momentarily felt cool. If we could, like, know the other digit that wasn't on here. I guess we sort of do. Because, okay, I see the arrows. But I'm just going to think about this for 1 second, and then I'll look at the other arrows that I'm ignoring rudely. That I'm rudely ignoring. The thing is, that's interesting here, is that 5 or 6 is going to steal something from these lines, right? If this is a 5, then I can't place a 4 here. And if this is a 6, I can't place a 3 here. So the digits that can't be on the lines are 8 can never be on the line. And if there's a 5 here, I can't have a 4. And if there's a 6 here, I can't have a 3. Was that worth thinking about? No. It was, actually. Is that true? Wait, this doesn't seem right. It feels like I've made a mistake. Hang on. Because if this is 6, I think my logic's just wrong. Whatever I just did doesn't make any... Wait, Skojo, is that true? Is what I just did true? Because if this is a 6, then this is a 5. Have I somehow broken the world? How do I make these two 9s? I already know the 8 can't be there. So I could have a 2-7 on one of them, but then what is the other one? It's not 1-8, it's not 2-7, it's not 3-6, it's not 4-5. So does that, did all that just mean that this is a 5? Is that what that is? Yeah, okay. I guess that's what I was working for. So here we are. So a 5 and 2 digits is going to be one of those things. Why couldn't I have why did I say I couldn't have a 3 here? Was that a bad pencil mark? This looks wrong. Why did I why couldn't that be a 2, 3? Oh, because it'd be 2 low digits. That's why. It can't be a 2, 3 because it'd be 2 low digits. So this just has to be 1, 4. Right? Yeah, see, Skoja's got it all figured out. I see. So then we get the 1, 4, like low middle pair to make the 5. That's interesting. There's something really interesting about that. Like that, I love the fact, I love XVs and I love the V thing over it's 2, 3 or 1, 4 and all of the weird things that like how many different other variants that puts crazy pressure on, right? Like the 1, 4 versus 2, 3 does like stuff to German whispers. There's just so many places where that has an impact. So it's interesting to see that happen here on the invisible, like the invisible entropic line fighting with sort of this implicit V here, I guess. Anyway, at the end of the day, the thing that did was what? It means there's one of these is a 5 and one of these is a 5. And one of this is not a 1. Why am I struggling with these shortcuts? And the 4 is here, so the 6 is here. And if the 6 was here, it would have to go with a 3. And then this would be a high digit. Jacqueline, how's it going, buddy? If the 6 was here, we've spoken for the middle E4, middle E5. If we had that 6 here, it would have to be 3. And then this would just be a 7-8 pair. But I don't think that matters. I mean, I don't think we know yet. Because it feels like the 6 could be here, and then this is just like the other digit of the 7-8 pair. Oh, maybe we do know something. Because we need hang on. Hold the phone. What can go here? Again, it's not 4, 5, and it's not 1, 8. It's not 4, 5. Can't be. It's not 1 and 8. So the only options we have here are 7, 2. 7, 2, and 6, 3, right? And if that's not a 7, that's not a 2. Seven, 2, 6, 3. Does that mean? What does that mean? It feels like it almost means something. Five here, here, or here, or 5 here, here. Or here. Well, I certainly need a 5 over here. But I think that doesn't matter. There's definitely a 6 over here. Yes, Blobz is amazing. I love Blobz puzzles. One of the best. One of my favorites. Hands down. On stream, I butcher them. Okay, I don't know that we really learned anything meaningful from that. It feels like I almost know something. But the thing I almost know... The thing I almost know is just that there's a 8 is here or here. If 8's here, that's 7. And this is definitely... Oh, wait, is that... Okay, oh gosh, I feel like I almost have it. Hang on. If 8 is here... No, then 7 can be on here. That's not true. 7 can be here, and the 6 can still escape down here. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I think we've got to move on from... It really almost feels like there's something... dancing around over here. I don't know. Okay. Let's think about something else. First, I don't know. Okay. In this land, in this column that I have like rudely ignored, what do we know about anything? That because of this one of these is 5, so 5 is not here, so that's the 4 or the 6. There's a 4-6 in here somewhere lurking in the shadows. That 6 means it's not there. What's this digit? Ah, right. Good grief. Why am I so... It's like... what's the metaphor here? Like goldfish memory? Where I like come to some conclusion in one part of the puzzle and then completely lose... Skojo, your puzzles are great. The problem with Skojo's puzzles is they're so daunting. When Skojo does like an approachable puzzle, I'm all over it. But there's so many Skojo puzzles that I look at and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this on a stream, certainly. Okay, so here's the deal. The thing that I learned here, first the deal is that why are there lyrics in this song? Because I'm specifically in the instrumental station. Here we talked about the normal rule that this could be 3 is not true. I mean, any of these little, well, we already know these, but these little tadpoles, this could never be 1 plus 2. It minimized its, I'm just thinking, 5 is the lowest digit it can be, but it can't be 5 because neither of these is 2. So I don't know. Skojo, that feels like my entire life. I don't know. That's like my whole approach to living. Okay, I was gonna go through this just for kicks, just because I'm having trouble being articulate. Normally, you would look at this and be like, well, obviously, minimum. This is a 1 plus 2 equals 3. So it's definitely not 1 or 2. But we know invisible entropy is telling us that one of these could be a 1, but then its buddy could only be as low as a 4. And so that means this is a minimum of 5. So then we can ditch the 3, 4. But 2 is not an option here. So actually this can't be 5. So suddenly this is 6, 7, 8, 9. If I could get rid of the 6, that would be so cool. It would be such a cool thing to happen. I guess we could think a little bit about like where the 5 is in this land. It still feels possible for there to be a very large number here. No, the 5 is up here. One of these is low. The middle-y digit here is definitely a 5. The low digit don't know. Or do we? There is no, wait, there's no 5 here. That limits the options down here, right? We know there's a 1 in here. That's required for 7 and 8 and 3 digits. 7 and 3 digits is always 1, 2, 4. 8 in 2 digits can usually, sorry, 3 digits can usually be 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. But that's like the worst thing to rule out. So what I'm saying is that there's definitely a 1. And I'm saying if that is a 7, it's definitely 1, 2, 4. Which would be, the low digit would be up here. And then the other, another low digit would be here with a 4. And I'm saying, so that's 7 is 1, 2, 4, 3 to 7. Well, that 2, 4 is really something, huh? You could still do it though, right? Without the 2, 4, you could have 1, 2, 4. So that would mean if this is the 7, the only way to do it, I think, because this can't be 2 or 4, is this would be the 1, this would be a 2, and this would be a 4, right? If it's a 7, I think that's the only way you can do this. But if it's an 8, we've ruled out 1, 2, 5. So we only have 1, 3, 4. So there's definitely a 4, right? 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. This is not a 4. That can't be a 4, but we've said we require a 4 either way, right? The 7 is 1, 2, 4. The 8 is 1, 3, 4. It's definitely a 4 and it can only be here. So that is the 6. So we put a 1 in the 6th cell. And we have put a 1 in the 4th cell. This is the low 1. This means there's a 1 either one of these two places. Why are there lyrics here? What are these lyrics? Get out of here. Okay. Blobz, this is great. I love this. That was that was it was like a secret cage. It was like this I guess all arrows are secret cages if you know the total. Arrows are just cages where the sum, instead of being in the corner, is in an orthogonally connected cell. That's what I've just learned about cages. Okay, so that is cool. That pushes a 4 down here. But it's definitely not here, because we have that 1, 4 pair. Did we rule something else out here? I can't remember. No, I think the 8 can go either way, right? The 8 can be 4 and then a 1, 3 pair. 7 requires the 2, 1. But I think we still have some flexibility here. We certainly have a 1. Why did I remove that 1 from there? We certainly still have a 1. Was there a reason I did that? Maybe it's just when I was thinking through options. Okay, how constrained are our possibilities up here now? So we've lost the ability to place an 8 here, right? Because an 8 would have required a 1, and we're saying there's definitely a 1 down here. So 8 is not here. So so that could still be an 8. 7, annoyingly, we may or may not be using the 2 here. Certainly not a 6. I don't know. I feel like we don't quite see that. Okay, I see tomatoes flying. I see tomatoes soaring through the air. Okay, so what did we just learn? Wait. Okay, no. For a second I was thinking that was index 2, but that's nonsensical. Okay, this 4 did what for me? Nothing. Okay, sorry, I've lost the thread a little bit. Still feels like something's going on up here, but maybe I'm just not there yet. We're relatively constrained, especially this digit. This digit is not 1. Okay, I know, I'm sorry, I see tomatoes. I just am fascinated by this digit. I'm just fascinated. I'm just entranced by this digit. Because it's not 5 or 9 or 6 or 1 or 4. Okay, just let me just think about this digit and be fascinated with it for just a minute, and we'll get over it. So it's definitely not 9 or 6 or 4, because they're just in the column. There's a 1 lurking in the shadows here somewhere, and this indexing puts a 5 here. So this is 2, 3, 7, 8. So this is either a high digit or a low digit. It's not a middly digit. There's no middly digits available here for where where the 1 goes. The 1 is either here or here, which is kind of cool. I guess we knew there was never a 1 here, so that should probably not be surprising. Oh, and we knew there was never a 1 here. So maybe I have learned nothing. Maybe I have learned truly nothing. Okay, maybe not. Maybe that's not that cool. Sorry. Could this be annoyingly? Oh, you know what though? Here's the thing about that. Just thinking about the combos I have to go here. Because I said I can't have an 8 here, right? 8 is not an option because the 1 is not available. 8 would have to be 1, 9. So that's not the 8. I know I said I would get over this digit, but I just can't. Okay, Kage has it all figured out. Okay, so sorry. I just can't stop being fascinated with this number. Just so entranced by it, just charmed and enchanted. But it certainly means that this is not No, it could be, because this could be the 2 and this could be the 7, right? Never mind. What a tragedy. What a heartbreaking outcome. Making this, just trying to think about like making a 6 happen here. Because a 6 in 2 digits is going to be 5, 1 or 2, 4, right? It's the only way to make a 6 in 2 digits. And it can't be 5, 1, and it can't be 2, 4. So I think that's not a 6. That is a high digit after all. I don't know what I've really earned or learned from that, but there you go. Okay, sorry, where are all the tomatoes flying? Seems like there were tomatoes in this region, maybe. Did I miss some incredibly obvious tomatoes? Okay, I see the emergency tomatoes. Oh, this can't be an 8. Did I just not like filter some things properly? Places 5 can be 2, 3, or 6, but not 8. Why not? Oh, because this couldn't be 8, 1. That's why. So this is not 5. And this would be 3, 6, or 7. Oh boy. What certainly obvious thing am I missing? What extraordinarily obvious detail am I missing? I guess well, one of these is definitely low. We've talked about that. There's definitely 5 in here. So this is not a 5. Does that matter to anybody? We didn't think it was, because we didn't have low here. But this does see also 3 and 9 and 4 and 1. Is there something interesting about that? I don't know why I've gotten to this silly habit, but I kind of love it. I'm going to make you watch me do it. Okay, so it's not a 1, because that's not where the 1 is. It could be a 2. It's not a 3, because there's a 3 in the row. It's not a 4, because there's a 4 in the box. But it's not a 5, because we said 5 can't look down there. It's not a 9, because there's a 9 in the box. That was not as exciting as I thought it might be. It was not very exciting at all. Sorry. This could only be a 1 if this was 8. Oh gosh, I'm sure I'm missing something just excruciatingly, blindingly obvious. Nothing was forced on here, right? We have all of our low digits are accounted for. We know there's a 6 in here. Knowing there's a 6 in here means there's a 5 over here somewhere. Okay. See the tomatoes. I'm sorry. This digit. What do we know? What do we know about it? I can sense the frustration of the tomatoes. I can sense it. Okay, I apologize. You know, sometimes I just gotta like see things. Just have to stumble my way into things. Okay, so fresh eyes. fresh eyes. I do need to finish this soon. Oh, already an hour in. Oh boy. Okay, so my fresh eyes tell me what? My fresh eyes tell me that trying to put a 5 here puts a 4 here. That is a very obvious thing. So if I try to take this 5 and put it on this 2, I'm going to have a bad time because it will need to go with that 4. So this is not a 2. And if I try to take this fellow here, more importantly, if I try to take this 5 and put it on 3, it's going to require a 4 here, which is going to cause a great deal of frustration for everyone involved. Removing that 2 remove the possibility of this being a 7, by the way, because the 7 had to go with the 2 to make a 9. So this is 3 and 6. So that is 3 and that is 6, hopefully. That leaves this as a 7-8 pair downstairs. What if I was secretly really good at Sudoku and I just pretended? And that it was all I don't even know what term to use. It was just a ruse. It was just like engagement baiting. Okay, so we've got that pair. That now we know about this. So now we've learned some things about some 5s in the world, right? So this 5 goes here. So that's an 8. Well, that's great. Look at all this. Look at all this stuff happening. 6, that's a 5. 3, that's a 5. Which means this is a 5. Which maybe we already knew somehow. 2 means that's a 5. 5 just is a 5. Okay, that's all. That's great. 6th one. This 1-5 pair here. A weirdo. Okay, that was fun. So what actually is this? There's just like 7,000 digits looking at these. Rage baiting. I'm just rage baiting. Let's talk about this. It's certainly not a 9 there, right? What can we actually whittle this down to? It's certainly not 4 or 5. 6 is seen in both places, so it's not 6-3. So we end up with this really weird, like, zigzag pattern. So if that's not a 1, that's not an 8. And if that's not a 7, that's not a 2. But didn't we know something about 1s once upon a time? I guess we don't know which box it's in. Is this one of those things that's going to be crazy? Where if I try to put an 8 here, if I put an 8 here, it's going to eat this 1. And this is going to be a 7. That can't have a 1 anymore because I've eaten it. And the 7 has to have a 1, right? Well, sorry, 7 specifically has to have this be a 1 because the 7 doesn't have a 3 on it. Is this one of those things that's so smart that Blobz has done that takes me a minute to see? If this is an 8, this is a 1, right? So this is a 7 and this is a 3. But then, no, aren't we, oh gosh, then we're in trouble, right? 8, 1 puts 7, 3. So this is 3 plus 4 equals 7 before this other digit. So I think that's not possible. So I think this is 2, 7, 8. 8, we said because it doesn't have a 5, doesn't have a 2. So that's not the 2. So the low digit up here is the 2 and the 7 and the 5. So there's just a 2, 5, 7. I got scared for a second. But that is a low medium high digit, and the 5 is not here. So that's 2 or 7. Neither Okay, what does that actually mean in terms of our options here? This is definitely 2 or 7, right? So if it's 2, this could be 2 plus 5 equals 7, or 2 plus 7 equals 9. If it's 7, it can only be 2 plus 7 equals 9. So this is never 8. Is that what we're learning here? There's not a way to make 8 in this party. 6, the 7 here. We do get the 8 up here. That's exciting. What is we missing now? That's a 1-3 pair. Austin, Ho, 9. Or is it HO? Is it hydrogen monoxide? How's it going? Thanks for the raid. I'm ill prepared, I must admit. I'm very ill prepared for this raid. I'm also ill prepared for Sudoku. I don't have any like buzzers. The bot is broken. What a mess. What a poor show of hospitality. I apologize. But thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for everybody who rolled in as well. Pills? Yeah, I deserve it. I deserve this. I do deserve that. Go ahead. Throw the tomatoes. This is a puzzle by Blobz, who's among my favorite setters. If not my favorite setter, I just don't want to say that so it doesn't go to his head. Blobz is in the chat. And this is a lovely puzzle so far that I've been kind of stumbling my way through, admittedly, but there's been some beautiful little turns of logic. We just had a very lovely, like, it's almost like a blooming flower just bloom before us here when we placed this 7 and this 2 because of its relationship to this 8. It was a beautiful moment. How was your stream, Austin? I don't think I've fully appreciated the fallout from everything we just did. I'm going to undo for just a second to see what I actually just did, because I feel like I had a flurry of activity. So we did place all of our... Oh, okay, well, we know some things about some 5s then, right? This 7 is going to 5ify this, just like this. So this becomes the 6... No, it doesn't. It becomes a 2-4 pair. No one expected that. We got the 5-3, so we are needing just an 8 here, which no one cares about. This 9 is already indexed. This 2 is already indexed. This 5 is indexed. You're not an 8. Somehow we knew that, right. We knew that we couldn't have an 8 here because of the 1. Now we can't have an 8 here because of this 8, so the 8 is forced here. I'm sure we know something about this now, right? Are you serious? You're a pro Scrabble player? Oh, I see. So we've got some cycle. There's like a cycle of Sudoku to Scrabble. Sudoku is just Scrabble with numbers, basically. It's essentially the... Oh, that's amazing. I didn't realize it. Now I'm extra embarrassed. I didn't expect any Scrabble celebrities. I used to play Scrabble pretty regularly. I'm much more of a crossword person when it comes to kind of word. So I try to discover words that someone else already put there instead of making words. I do like spelling bee. That's Scrabble-esque, right? As a world-class Scrabble player, what's your opinion of spelling bee? Is it like amateur Scrabble? Okay, so this 8 indexes that 5. Still, did we learn anything? I feel like there's indexing we did not take care of. But maybe that's not a true statement. Sorry, but now I'm flustered because there's a Scrabble celebrity here. Okay, index. Okay, sorry. See, Skojo is like focus. Skojo is, we're on task. Okay, so yeah, I'm sure I'm missing some indexing. So 9 just is a 9. There's the 2 and the 6. That still feels possible, but maybe it isn't. The 8, the 5, the 7, the 4, the 3. That's all good. The 7, the 6, the 3, the 9, the 2, the 5. We didn't pencil mark this, did we? We did. And then the 8. And then the 8, the 1. Oh, right. Okay, so this is 1 or 3, and it's not 3. Thanks, Gojo. So it can't be the 3, so it just is the 1. So this is the 3. So we get our 143, which is Mr. Rogers' weight was 143 pounds, and he loved that because it's the number of letters, and I love you. It's just some Mr. Rogers trivia for you. That puts a 1 here, which seemingly puts a 1-8 here for reasons no one understands. The 9 is a 1. Okay. Got a lot going on in this box. It's probably hard to make a... Are we down to just 2-7? Is that what I'm learning here? We're missing... Oh, did I make a mistake? We're missing... Why can't I see it? 4. So it's not 4-5. So this is the 2-7, which we know the order of. 2, 7, and the 4. And then now we get the 9, which gives us the 2, and the 6, which gives us this 9. Austin, thanks for stopping by, and thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna watch you Scrabble sometime. So what are we doing? Sorry. Okay, I saw tomatoes flying up here. There's a fury of tomatoes. We haven't really thought very hard about. Oh, well, right. This is just 2-7. Right. Good grief. The 2-7. I was about to say we haven't really thought very hard about the indexing here, or the entropy here, I should say. Sorry, that was a 2. We would color our final. Do a little final coloring pass. Oops. Some people would say that low digits should be blue, which I would agree with in a German whisper puzzle, but somehow in entropy, these are the colors that work for me. Oops. So we get the 5, so I'll index those in a moment, and we get the air blue, air green. So I don't know these yet, but we do. So the 5 is, we get the 1 there and the 4 there. We finish our towers of color, which is all I really wanted. You know, the best thing about this puzzle so far is I have barely thought about Sudoku at all. I have barely, like boring scanning Sudoku, barely at all. Barely even considered it. So this is our 3-6, which I think we know the order of. Making this the 4. And the 2 and the 4. Running out of clues. Oh, these are just the same digit, right? I should probably know that at this point. So what are we missing here? 3, 3, 7. Oh, there's a 3 right there. Right in my face. Okay, I'm clearly missing some things upstairs. Oh no, I colored this wrong. Oh my gosh. Disgusting. Good grief, I cannot color properly. There we go. Okay. What a mess. What do we need here? 7 and 2 and 6. That's a 6 or 7, but it's not a 7, so it's just a 6. And that's a 6. And that's the 7, and that's the 2. And here we're missing a certain digit. And here we're missing a certain digit and a certain other digit. Seven, 8 pair. Okay. I'm having to do Sudoku now. I can live with it. because there's so little left to do, but I'm definitely going to complain about it every second of the way. So just get ready. Okay, sorry. 1 4, another 1 4 3. 1 4 3. I love you. Oh, that's just a 1 3 pair, and there's a 1 already. That's the 3. That's the 1. We get a 3 4 pair. I didn't do the voice yet. It's almost time. It's almost time for the ASMR voice. Maybe if I did this, more of the people that had rated would have stuck around a little longer. Maybe, I don't know, it's hard to say. Had an interesting work day today. A lot of different tasks on the current job I'm working on, including battling with Fmod, which I have never really worked with before. 5, 6, we're needing 7 here. And I think my immediate conclusion is I don't really like Fmod very much, turns out. Up here, we're looking for we need a 1 up here. And then we're going to have a 3 4 pair, but we see the 4 there, the 3. Oh, sorry, the 4 and then followed by the 3, pardon me. And in this column, we seem to be missing an 8, and we're going to round it out with what would appear to be a 4. So, looks like our arrows are hopefully all in order. Our invisible entropy has become entropic, or like visible entropy. And let's just do a little check here, and the solution's correct. I really enjoyed that, Blobz. That was great. Some of the way some of those pieces unfolded. This little, I mean, maybe it's just because maybe this was easy for everyone on Earth to see, but there were 2 moments down here. This was like a double, this was cool already in the moment where it was like the magic cage trick, because we knew there was a 5 up here somewhere. That was super cool. And then to have this same arrow be cool again with this was lovely. No, you nice job. You're nice job. Don't you nice job me. You don't tell me nice job, I tell you nice job. Okay, solution code. I've been asking Draklin to help me come up with a way to make AI do this so I never have to do it, because I hate it so much. Row 3 followed by row 9. My problem is, okay, here's an actual question. I don't know if either of you solve puzzles on your phone frequently, but I solve a lot of puzzles on my phone, and then it is impossibly tedious to enter the solution. I like this approach is so bafflingly dumb. I don't understand why there isn't just a button here that copies the entire grid and a place here that pastes the entire grid, and that shows you solved it. Like, the row column thing is baffling to me. It's so hard. I don't understand. There's nothing I hate in computing more than having to do something that the computer just could easily do. And I don't have a good approach for that on my phone. So I have like probably hundreds of screenshots of puzzles that I keep telling myself someday I will automate going through all the screenshots and entering the solutions, which it will be double hard because it's 2 screenshots, because the collapsed version of this doesn't show you the puzzle name. So I have pairs of screenshots. That's fine. I'm not saying to remove the row column thing. There just should be a way to, this should be automated. Like, there should be a copy here. I mean, I had to write this copy, unless Sven has added it recently. The copy, when I highlight these in copy, is because I wrote a whatever it is, Grease Monkey script to do that. Well, yeah, I did that. I wrote that, so I can highlight, arbitrary rows and columns and paste it, because I had to go in and write it. But that's annoying to do on mobile already, because I didn't add a button. I guess I could add a button in my Grease Monkey script, but even then I have to like go back and forth between 2. It's like, I gotta switch to this web page. Okay, row 3, now switch back to the other page, try to highlight row 9. Oh my gosh, if Sven would do that, that would be like the mobile part. This is fine because I wrote that thing, right? The thing that lets you copy paste. Maybe he's added his own copy paste since then. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm using mine. Yeah, I think this copy sequence is me, isn't it? Sudoku, yeah. Didn't I write this? Oh yeah, because I did the thing that also makes it lime green. Right, yeah. So, anyway, whatever. It drives me crazy. The problem is even if it is implemented, I have like truly at least 100 screenshots of these that I need to do something with. So I was talking to Draclin about using ChatGPT. But so GPT-4 is not generally available, right? Or is it? Like GPT-4 is only if you pay money? Is that a true statement? So I would have to pay $20 a month. $20 a month? Seems like a lot. I might be willing to do that if I got like good, the thing that I would not, like if I got a Copilot equivalent, then maybe I would be willing to do that. But I don't know, $20 a month seems like a lot of money for like API access to something. I don't know. I did rate it. I rated it very nice. Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me comment. Blobz, I have a very rigid don't comment on the internet policy that I broke for you. But maybe I should start breaking it. And say, love the interplay, love the interaction in I guess there's some box 7. Blobz is peer pressuring me. Do you live for comments? But now you're watching. Now I feel like it's like I'm signing your birthday card right in front of you. Happy birthday, Blobz. Go get 'em, champ. Good luck out there, Tiger. Aw, am I being rude by not commenting? Now I feel bad. I would rather give you both money. Blobz, I want you to start a Patreon. I'll give you $1. $1 US. What do you think about that? I was interested in what do the two of you think about this model? J.W. Sinclair's artisanal Sudoku. I do like I generally like J.W. Sinclair puzzles. $1 a solve, you would be so wealthy anytime Cracking the Cryptic featured one of your videos. So the way J.W. Sinclair does it is like there's look at that. What a beautiful grid. Ooh, look at that. Oh, should we just do this? It's suddenly so beautiful. Oh, I really need to go do some things, but I'm just so suddenly entranced by the beauty of this grid. Okay, so I think it's going to be a bedtime puzzle. So I shouldn't say he. I know that J.W. Sinclair posts some of these. I feel like maybe only like one per, maybe I don't know what the schedule is, but it sort of seems like one per volume maybe shows up on Logic Masters, and then most of the puzzles are free, and then I believe there's always one, maybe not this time. Usually per volume, I think there's one that is like behind a subscription. Wait, look at this. Look at this. Wow, Blobz, look at this competition. Arrow Sudoku, Arrow 159 versus Arrow 159. This town ain't big enough for 2 setters doing 159 arrows. Oh, interesting. And there's hints. I'd never noticed the hints before. That's pretty funny. It's definitely not. I think there's like just seeing, like remembering the interplay between the different arrows, especially this, like the way this worked. But it is funny to see that. I think it's superficially. It is kind of crazy how superficially similar it is, but I have to imagine the solve is very different. This has a very high difficulty estimate, and I feel like these are usually pretty accurate. It just seems like there's way less information to go on. The 3-cell arrows feel important, but I feel like what really matters in these this was the 2-cell. I mean, you know, the thing that felt most interesting to me, which came up a couple times in here that I failed to see a couple times, was even just the pressure on these 2 arrow cells from the kind of entropic pressure, which it doesn't look like this puzzle quite has it. Maybe, I guess it has it here. It does have it here. But yeah, the double 3-cell is interesting. You're gonna do a battle of the bands. I tend to like these. Oh, look at that. Those are some of my favorite German whispers and quads. And my favorite kinds of quads, which are quads that have all 4 numbers. You know, my favorite thing with quads, though, is the, and I've seen Blobz do this, certainly. Maybe it's a really common thing, but I love the like, quads, like, communicating across the grid. It's hard to describe a little bit, but like, you know, if there was a quad here with a 2 in it and there was a quad over here with a 2 in it, the way that would kind of force a 2 up here, that kind of very invisible pressure is really nice. I love the look at this. Okay, I do have to run. I'm sorry. I would like to do this puzzle, but Blobz, thank you so much for the puzzle. Skojo, thanks for hanging out. Thanks to everybody who stopped by, especially with Austin's raid. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't pay attention to that. Are these weird X-Wing quads? These fours and 5s doing some work. Okay. I'm going to run. Thanks again, Blobz, for the puzzle. Thanks for everybody stopping by. Draklin, thanks for stopping by. The biggest thing we've got to do is figure out how we're going to enter the solutions to all the puzzles I've solved on my phone. It's my life's work. I have so many. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye.